Hey, don't do that. You'll break the TV. Don't. You're too big for this, friend. Don't do that. Don't. Seriously, don't do that. Go into your room and cool off. Don't behave this way. You're too big for this. Break it. I'll break it. One of the most frequent patterns that I see happening between bigger kids, 9, 10, 11, 12, and their parents, when the child is a kid who has a lot of like pretty significant upsets, is the parent talks and the kid gets big. The parent talks, adds language, the kid gets big again. And sometimes I just want to say, hey, stop talking. Now, if a kid is coming at you, threatening you, gonna break the TV, that kind of stuff, you probably still have to stop talking. Not at this moment. We gotta set a real clear, firm boundary around hands on own body, because that's gotta be the first rule. Hands stay on our own body. And that is true whether your kid is 4 or 14, okay? But in this moment, this kid needs help regulating. That means that their system is too activated to actually cooperate with you at all or to process any of the words, which is why you see the pattern. That is, parent says something, kid goes up. Parent speaks, kid goes up. Parent speaks, kid goes up. And then there's no way to step outside of the circle. So instead, model. Don't speak. Model what it looks like to calm down. Maybe you even stand up and you walk over to the door and you say, looks like we need a little space outside. Maybe you walk into the kitchen and you come over to the fridge and you hand your kid a glass of ice cold water. Maybe you've already discussed this with your child, and so you have a plan of action around what is actually soothing to their system. Because in order to get around this, we got to do two things. One, we have to get ahead of it, and we're going to get ahead of it with tools like priming, praise, presence. And two, we need to lay down the pathway so that you have a path to walk on with your child when it gets this tricky. And in order to do that, you can't do it in this moment. The kid is way too activated. In this moment, you go for less language. But later you might say like, hey, that was so tricky earlier when X, Y, and Z happened. I'm wondering what we can do next time. And then you can think about body-based interventions and be in conversation with this child. Hey, let's try this for a week. Let's try makeup brushes. Let's try chewing ice. Let's try this. Let's try that, to see what actually works for them. So together, your partnership figuring out their regulation.